Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Al-Harani series, or Harran, or the Syriac series. I mean, that's a pretty various series of sorts. But anyways, it's been quite a series so far, even though it was by dumb luck, honestly. When you look back on the series as a whole, of how we get from a single entity of Haranu to this. But there's only a few more places to expand, and that is the coastal parts there, as we do have access to the sea through this way. Besides, the one over in Persian Gulf, in which we will plan on expanding again by taking Tripolis, VIET Tripolis, which Syriacs, our people, live there. But unfortunately, this man, despite proven relations, although you could forge an alliance with him, and then he'll be your vassal, but it does not appear to be that's going to be the way things will be done here. So instead, a few more wars to be fought. This, that, and that. I would also have little access towards the Red Sea. And so, just trying to think of in my head. And also, I will be going on a grand tour. A tour towards Italy, as I needed an excuse to go west. I'd like to visit many of the Italian landmarks. And all that. But, of course, we need to raise some money for it. So we can wait a few months before we will start the next couple of wars, as long as I'm present in the throne, that I'm allowed to declare wars. Back to being Harranian, as you should be, son. Because look at you, you're humble and content, but too bad you're shy. Which means meeting people is going to make you stressed, but as long as you're content, you won't receive stress loss, but you'll get stress loss. Gone are the days of our diligent ancestors. A large velvet tapestry of excellent craftsmanship. A cloth is woven to show an intricate design, which elegant calligraphic letters blend seamlessly with geometric shapes. Alright, this is lovely. Put it up there. Now look closer, people. Right below it is this statue. Now, if only we need a bit of furniture. And this, another small wall ornament. That's another thing we need. So let's raise the money for war and for the great Italian road trip, basically. Trying to right this wrong. Also, get that repaired. For what reason? Give it to my son. When he grows up, that'll be his personal weapon. Mad Courier Naja approaches me, and coveted by Prob Georgis. My lord, it's been brought to my attention that your lucky falconry glove is in terrible conditions. Despite my best efforts, I can't do any more to preserve adequate funding. Nevertheless, I found a possible solution to spare your coffers. He has offered to shoulder the expense scratch for the mere exchange of token of gratitude. I have no need for your help. Here, this old prize bow will be yours. We'll lose the house claim and he'll be the owner of this old prize bow. This will be your weapon when you grow up. Just checking. Anything else? Pray to a planet. Why the heck not? What would I need? You meet Jupiter or Marduk. 57% chance of his blessing, 40% chance that the 7 luminaries do not show any auspicious signs concerning my fate. They've shown me favor signs. Needed that for the diplomacy to go up. One day while relaxing my garden, I started to reflect on human nature. Why are some people cruel in this world, I wonder? An idealistic and naive person might argue. Excuse me. For example, if there was more kindness out there, everyone would be able to live together, live peacefully together. It's better be kind, even if the world is harsh. The higher diplomacy you have, the better the travel safety. You can travel pretty fast. As I advocate Raoul's now, since there's a risk these persons might plan an assassination on me, not only through the subterfuge scheme, but also direct attempt on my life. Tell me to get rid of my rivals? You know, that's something I would not do. This one's got less intrigue. But I don't want to be a murderer. And plus he lives too far away. Sorry, where? Oh, all the way over there. And what about this man? Close by. Over the border. I could challenge him to fight and beat him up. But what good would that do? It might make him madder. Now anyways. Also, I inherited some light horsemen. Yeah, get it up. Perhaps after reading my language, I should learn the Celtic language. Hideous looking guy. I can tell he's hideous even behind that veil. Maybe I should hold court before I go on the Italian trip. now this land's full of Kuramites. Wars in Tammuz. What's going on? Peasant uprising. You really need them for that? Anyways, get prepared. How many years do we have left for this mercenary? 11 months. I can extend that. They're still pretty useful. Fully reinforced and ready. Purchase a truce. Who's that, you asked? Come in. From Armani. Okay. Give it here. Wasn't planning on expanding it there anyhow. And I don't have time to increase the size of the light horsemen, even though it's our first cavalry force that we have. So we suggest you station yourself here, then we'll raise it here. Last chance. If you weren't so ambitious, arrogant, and fickle, then you would have joined us. So therefore, we must conquer your county, and you have no friends to back you. Just surrender now, before somebody gets hurt. It takes about 3 months to get there. And they're already raised there. You know what to do. You hired some mercenaries, have you? Sakliba settlers. A band of several hundred pale-skinned Sakliba, enslaved men and women from the eastern reaches of Europe, have escaped from the realm of my acquaintance Amir Yusuf. Talk as he may about how treasured they were in his armies and his harem. They have braved many dangers to seek freedom of my land. We all have scars, their leader Dimit tells me, on our bodies or deep inside, but we are strong and determined. For some land of our own, we could speak our ancestral tongue. If you let us settle in Akita Abere, we will work hard to make it prosper. I could even make you a mayor. You got it. You got excellent marshal as well. Wants to make an urn. Oh. It better be a damn good urn so I can replace that one. And also that reminds me. Get to work. You'll make short work of them. He voiced me when he concerns about the muddied situation parts of my domain. As things stand, consider detail how the control in my provinces has dropped enough that brigands and other lowly thieves took advantage of the fact in order to establish themselves and peril trials everyone, including myself. My Gashosha suggests that I improve the control in all the provinces that I own, and I hire one or even better, 2 bodyguards. I do have them. Thanks for the tip. This is in reference of this area that we're trying to get this under control, which will be back up very fast. Didn't capture him. For a couple of months, I've been aware that my religious subjects were attempting some form of political maneuver to corner me in some way. It was only today that I learned about the extent of their influence in the society of my realm, when they asked me to fund a network of shrines, small temples from across my domain, and even alms for the poor to increase their stance with the populace and the nobility. Outmaneuvered, and I must decide what will I do to acknowledge if I'm willing to pay and reap the important rewards too. My goodness. That much, and if you don't, popular opinion goes down. Since we make money very fast, and we do have other means to ransom prisoners to get more money quickly, so we'll provide the funds. So I will fund the plans of religious dignitaries in my realm, and on top the piety gain of every courtier, guest, and vassal that is zealous that will approve of my behavior. A religious council will also react positively, independently of being zealous. You got it. This thing's about to break, so destroy that. Give it here. Come on, you two. Everyone out. Sorry, you neglected your education. I should have raised you. Also, who's gonna have land? Amani, of course. And you, well, you'll find love soon enough. Oh, you already got a concubine, so that's fine. We'll be out of debt very soon. Yeah. No need for dedication. I know its language. Now go learn the language of the Copts. And after that, I'll learn West Iranian, which is basically Persian. I step out of my tent and rub my eyes. The siege camp sprawls out before me. The chaos of tents and smoke and a bustle of voices, flags, standards, and flutter in a fading light. Everything is covered in a thick shade of gray damp, like a mud-laden lake. My low retainer approaches and informs me that the siege is ended. I gather my bodyguards head to the edge of the camp. The Birta of Tripolis stands before me, a bonfire of flame and timber. In the fields between empty carts and topped carriages are mired in mud. The axe is splintered. The horses are nowhere to be seen. Smoke rises from the burnt hovel. Windmills that once stood there in the open fields have been stripped from their sails. Their spindly timbers rammed into the ground like bone claws. Long rows of hovels burnt down to dirt are surrounded by the rings of bodies impaled on spears. Shocked survivors stumble through the siege, searching for their loved ones in the far edges of battle. Blood, the stench of the burnt flesh, drifts across the carnage of stone walls and crumbling timbers. Every square inch of the earth is soaked with the cruel juices of slain livestock and the hopes of men. This is Syriac land. Spare it. imprison everybody you see. I know you got money, so you better start paying up. If that is all you're going to pay, then once they're done, then we're done here. That's all he has. So he's out of here. And give it to someone. We're gonna have to surround this land if we want to. Because look, just like with this other entity of being encircled by my realm, that can add a possibility to it. How about you? Let me present you a gift. See if it changes your mind. He will not budge. You're next. You know, we won't get everything. And the realm size is now 70. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are the territories you need. And they will form that empire. We could start the next war pretty soon. You got any allies? None. Okay. I'll be alright. I hope. Start another offensive war. You know, you weren't fully reinforced yet. That's because I lost my patience. You are going to take this area there. No, no, stay in your position. Oh, we botched it. Hang on. Try again. Takes 2 months. Stand still. Ah, crud, I made a big mistake. Big ass mistake. Just stop gathering and get back. Get away from there. Damn it, man. Raise them over here so they're up there immediately. Then get down here! Made a botched deployment. Also, I missed the opportunity to go to that tournament, which wasn't in the mood for that. You brought some more friends. That's gonna be problematic. We may have to bring more mercenaries if need be. Because we can't let them get together. Looks like you're gonna have to be the man for the job. Defeat them, and then take the cup. We could scare them off, but I fear that they're going to be with their ally. This is the urn. An exquisite urn of excellent craftsmanship. It is made of terracotta and encircled with depictions of symbols of which no one but the creator knows the meaning of. Not gonna put that there. Gonna catch you. Gonna catch you. Gonna get you. There's your ally. That's you've come of age. Even as a child, he always has a way of words. Therefore, his unsurprised is taken well to the study of diplomatic relations. A true silver tongue, he could dissuade the opinion of counts and kings alike. When he speaks, the court listens in enraptured silence. Grey eminence. Didn't need a university to prove it. So how are we going to gauge him in combat then? We'll probably win. Honor slightly in depth. Present. Maybe outnumbered. Oh no, bad, 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 bad. Bad, bad, bad. Get away from there. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Going all the way to there instead. We're gonna need some mercenaries for this. Deploy them in Antioch. Not what I had in mind. Well, Holy Order will also do, for free. And go get them. And them. Not what I had in mind. Wants to write about intrigue. Guy. All together now. Back. I know. My son is quite a bachelor. Honor is 1 year in depth. What's their defensive buildings? Well, there's that. And that too. I find my beneficiary, Arsenios, surrounded by scrolls and manuscripts, fiercely ripping through the pages. My lord, there are so many areas of intrigue. Where are your intention? Scheming, seduction, manipulation. I don't even know where to start. What topic does your muse yearn for? Defeat the allied army of theirs, and then we will be capturing this capital, get everybody you find there, and then we shall have it. Three months. At least it has a smaller fort level. Lesser fort level. In fact, all of them do. They're less defensible. We'll make short work of it. Look at that ink. The colors, the saturates, I've never seen such fine quality before. My official Senios breaks away from a market process to cost a much standard color that I'm staggered over son. With this, my project will reach new heights. I create something truly marvelous. Please, my Miruta, bestow this gift upon me. We get a fair price for it? And we did. Stop right there. Emir Sirhan's feast in Vajan. Why, that's all the way down there. Well, I could go over there and bring some Silk Road merchant with me. Yeah, I'll travel. But I still plan on going to Italy someday. Plus, we'll make some money along the way to be ready for such a trip. You're with me. Step out of my tent to rub my eyes. The siege camp sprawls out before me. A sordid scene of death and horror. Flags flutter in the stiff northwestern breeze. The colors darken right against the dune sky. Braziers smoke, guttering flames light the scene with a flickering orange glow. The soldiers sit around holding tankards of mead, relaxed with small talk and camaraderie. Smoke from the fire's drifts fills the air, and the smell of food cooking on spits by the bonfire grows stronger. While low return approaches the forest, the siege is ended. I gather my bodyguards at the edge again. The dire of Taberna stands before me, a charred, blackened ruin. In the fields between, the dead and dying clutter the ground. Bodies are strewn everywhere. Shrieks of agony fill the air. Grieving widows and fatherless children huddled under the tattered blankets and the husks of their homes. Limited looting this time. Imprison everybody. Some of them might be of importance, but I guess not. We do not capture any heirs. Well, we'll take this other area. It'll be easy because of the lower fort level. Also, what's this ancestral cloak? An old cloak made of sheepskin. The cloak is sewn together from several larger and smaller pieces in symmetrical pattern. It is tattered along the edges, but is otherwise well cared for. Clearly a cloak of ancestral significance. Woven inside on the cloak is a simple but fading symbol that resembles the sigil of House Yazidid. How about that? And now I'm on my way to a feast. With these Silk Road merchants, that would be a 95% chance of success. It's almost guaranteed. You want your half-sister back? Pay up. Because I need the money for the Italian trip. And plus bring my son with me. Army defeated. A few days left. It's basically textbook from here. Not present. Sorry, can't get to you. Can't go to no court event if I'm not there. Always with the bad timing. People want to ask something, and then they'll never get it. I never expected to grow close as Commessa Adema. I've done the past few years. On multiple occasions, proved himself to be a reliable and forthright man, upholding my best interests. It's rare to find a true friend. One day before this war is over, servants run across the hall bringing found decorations. Summer guests are yet to arrive, and I indulge myself with a delicious drink by the fire. There's no place I'd rather be. Got a lovely time ahead of us. Meanwhile, siege camp sprawls out before him. A haphazard city of canvas and timber and animal hides, mud and narrow paths winding through the huts and lean-tos. Fierce flags bearing Heldric birds are spread across the barren crags. Everything is covered in a thick sheet of great damp like a mud-laden lake. A day of Erbid stands for me, eternal house. The fields between many of my comrades lie dead, their blood mingled with that of their foes. Heraldry flies in tatters, helms on their side, and horse plumes shake, limp and sweat-soaked, grieving widows and fatherless children huddle under the tired blankets in the hospital homes. Loot there. War's over. So it's these two here. Syriacs live there. This land will also be yours, as we are above the vassal limit again. 72 counties your domain, 8 plus counties in vassal realms. That's how realm size works. I don't want you to be the regent, as you're not sharing power at the moment. Instead, I'd rather have someone like him. You'll do. Cause scandalize the courtly vassals. Quiet. That's all I gotta say about it. Just be ready for the Italian trip. While we wait, if you trade, it'll be recreation, folks, because I'm quite a bit stressed. I would like to relax a little. Because we're still waiting for more folks to arrive. It's an awfully large guest list, though. It's a big feast. Every guest has got a great hall, and our gracious host Emir Sahan has welcomed us all to the feast. I look forward to this. Just here to relax and have a good time. Is there any more jovial than a good feast? Guests throng to and fro, eating and chatting while flagrant torchlight plays off every wall. Light bouncing like laughter around the hall. We're a motley band, is true, but here and now I feel like this party could take on the world and win. Sometimes it's nice to simply sit back and enjoy the little things in life. This is where I want to be. Get rid of all the stress. As one plate of food is placed by the next, my Rabgirta Zerika goes on about tax levels. That's how we sandwich us. You sure I'm not boring, my lord? You know, please do go on. A little bit of diplomacy helps for the upcoming Italian road trip. Feast is dwindling down. I find myself deep in conversation with my wholesome caravan leader, Paul. He inquires about my opinion on sword practice, a subject he's deeply interested in himself. Well, it's a subject that fascinates me as well. We'll deal with that soon. There's nothing like a feast. Reminds us what is all good in life. And the company is not too bad either. At least those here close to me seem to think so. You are something special, Ashur, Isaac tells me. Adima and Norgas Nazar's in agreement. I just do what feels right. A toast to Rais Kodaya. It's a decent speech, if a bit long-winded, but that's how usually these things go. The assembled guests clap and root politely when it finishes, some more enthusiastically than others. You're here. There it is. The opening tome that shows a modest understanding of intrigue has touched upon subjects such as the art of lovemaking. The cover is wood that's been painted to display a repeating image of zoomorphic motif. That is a great intrigue book. I'm impressed. Daylight pours through the windows, and in just one moment the whole hall becomes illuminated. Most of the seats are now empty. Some servants hand me my weapons and take their leave with a cheery bow. What a pleasure it was to have you with us. Amir Saran smiles at me. What a feast! Before coming, my clothes were slick and ill-fitting. Now I staggered out of Amir Saran's halls twice. I was full of food and merriment when I arrived. This was the feast I will struggle to forget. And I shall depart. Off I go. If I had a little more intrigue lifestyle, I would definitely equip that. Wait a minute, don't I have a book that's for diplomacy somewhere? Aha! Syria court politics. Something that the Indian made long ago. A Sindhi, to be honest. Come experience the future with me, because we're soon going to go to Athens, and then a great Italian tour. You join me too. I'm the Mirutha and want my bowl of stew. Food was disgusting. Let him eat it. I didn't get sick though. You need to make amends now. This is actually a toll bridge. What do you think you're talking to? I'm the Meruta. I intimidate the bandits. The locals around here must have something. My bodyguard got wounded. Toma, the local captain, a few of his officers greet me as my entourage into the military camps of Ahada. As he wanders on, I quickly dismount him. A couple of paces forward, he stops and turns to lay the siege equipment neatly placed in rows before me. Quite a sight, isn't it? I nod, appreciating the organized chaos I'm observing. Now, what would my lord want to do next? Looks me expectantly. What is that contraption? Inspiring speech might quench their thirst for now. 99% chance of success. Yeah, I should have hired those mercenary guards. We need that for the Italian trip. Also, I'm reminded. Thank the one. Ashur. We had our differences in the past, but don't you agree it's time to let bygones be bygones? Yes, let us. Have compassion, man. Oh, it's him. It's this. I think it might be in our best interest of our rumps to arrange a meeting with our heirs. Ashur and Crusader. He straddles to making sure they built a stable, healthy relationship would certainly ensure the future stability of our lands. You're the great empire, and we're the great empire that will soon form one day. I might gain a diplomacy lifestyle perk for this. What a delightful idea! We're gonna have a visitor. The arranged meeting between Eustratios and Ashur is a perfect opportunity to craft the foundations of a long-lasting relationship between my realm and Vassal Zenobios. I should be very careful when planning the encounter. Do you speak Greek? No, you should. You should come to here. I'm willing to put my money on it, so I can influence it. Caesar, Eustratios, is met with all pomp and circumstance approved for such a distinguished guest. He will remain in the Comitant of Harran for a few weeks. during which he and Ashur will get to know each other better. I'll make sure to help my son there. 83% chance that he'll be impressed by my hospitality. You know what? I want to make damn sure. He was impressed by my hospitality. Glad you see it my way. It's time for the return to... It's time to return home before leaving. The young man decided to honor us with the most exquisite gift on behalf of his father. Things between him and Ashur were even better than expected. The two of them became inseparable. What is more, the visit proved to be an excellent opportunity to refine my diplomatic skills. We should try this again. So these two are friends. The heir to the empire, and the heir to the future. The Syrian Empire, Syriac Empire, Harranian Empire, whatever you want to call it. Right. Now we have two of them. See? We're good between us. And where are you going? Feast at Naxos. Traveling to the island of Naxos. Right then. And I'm going to do some traveling on my own. But first, would you like to join us? Even if you did encircle them, what's the opinion? Even if you did encircle one, that's plus 20. I think you're better off just to, you know, invade the kingdom. And then you get these two, and then you get all what you want. And you'll get everything. He has an ally. Over there. So clearly this needs a little more. Play it safe by putting him in Tadmor. Because look how strong they are. They're still gathering. Let's observe. So we'll know how many they are. When at full strength. Nearly 5,000 strong. That would have to require the bulk of our army for this. We're gonna have to do that. We have to bring the levies for this. For a future war to invade all of Palestine. And we'll have all this. Just to increase the realm size. And after we're done with that, then you're next. We're the last piece. Now we'll form that kingdom. Form the empire. So yes, let's do two things here. Invade the kingdom. This is once per lifetime for the invasion war because of my level of fame is high enough. So again, you do get to vassalize the man who lives up there in Beirut. Let's go for it. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go traveling. Worldly. Athens first off. And get the mercenary guards. Trials to be reduced. Bring a throng of them. Bring everybody with you. My Ashurs will join. My son will be with me, because I want him to experience this. My acclaimed knights will be there too. So, after Athens, here's where we're gonna go to. So I don't know how long they'll allow us. So we'll first go to here. there. And then we'll be heading to Rome itself. Okay, we may not reach all the landmarks, but only the areas I would like to visit in. And then we'll actually go down to the lands of Croatia for this place here. And then after that, then to Spalatos. Where Diocletian once had his residence there. Wouldn't go on a Balkan trip all around, no. Actually, is it possible that we could also go to Sardinia briefly? Be careful, friend. Okay, Ravenna. What about a detour towards Genoa? And then from Genoa to Verona. Alright, we'll actually reach all the Italian landmarks. Points of interest, excuse me. So again, points of interest is a location that is worth visiting. When you visit that location the first time, you will gain the benefits associated with it. I don't know why, but simply for the sake of it, I kind of want to visit Corsica as well. Sardinia and Corsica. This is just simply for the sake of it. I just want to travel through there. I don't know about the long trip to the sea. So, actually, travel route too large. 7 days over maximum. 1 second. You may want to close that. Travel speed. I mean, I'd love to bring the Silk Road merchants with me. And a Caravan Master is good. Because, you know, I'm afraid of the sea. Because they don't like the idea of 2-year trips. So, okay. Forget Corsica. Forget Corte. But can we make at least find a safer way around? No. Try again. So about to here, there's the Gulf of Tunis and Costa Palama. There you go. Because we just don't want to get in the middle of the sea here. Stick to the coast. So we'll visit all the Italian landmarks plus 2 Croatian ones. Which I don't think they're Croatia populated much, are they? That's what we're applying. This is going to be a 2-year trip. It should be altruistic this time. So I guess it matters little. Which I'll take the sweet time there. I'm bringing a lot of people with me, while the war for Jerusalem rages on. Let's do this. We bring in the Khwarezmian and the Abkhazian. Raise all armies then. This takes 5 months to assemble everybody here. So we're going to use the bulk of our forces. Because we know that they're going to bring more men. More men than they absolutely need to be. As I begin on my great Italian road. Word of my arrival seems to spread to the coming town of Harran. As our entourage soon beset with countless stars, begging to be blessed with a royal touch. I could, of course, simply sprinkle a little water breath by myself upon them. Would surely be satisfied, but grant to them blessed coin to soothe their infected areas. Will keep them happy and blessed for much longer. Sprinkle their water should satisfy them. Traveling through the sometimes harsh environments invigorated and affects my state of mind and vigor. As I glance over Ali, however, it does not appear to be doing quite as good. His movement is labored, his breathing is heavy, and spontaneous bursts of coughing ripple through his body. Clearly he is not well. I know a cure. We just left Antioch now by boat, so now we're officially at the sea. It's dangerous for all of us, but we're going to take our sweet time for this. Got 3 months. Might lose one of our territories as a result. Want everybody here. Man overboard! The choppy waters are enough to make any experienced sailor seasick. As you roll back and forth on the waves, the people on the ship are slowly moving to seek shelter below. I notice Pid looking out over the railing before turning to make his way toward the hull deck. Before anyone has time to react, the ship hurls sideways and he falls into the dark water. Oh hell. We need to save him. He's been saved. The old pelt that belonged to somebody's dog is now gone. Wasn't mine. I'm finally here, body and soul, at the great temple of Epithet. As the head priest offers me his blessings, I reflect on everything I had to happen for the gods to bring me here at this moment of time. I have walked the holy path. Alright, everybody's gathered. During our pilgrimage to Attica, I can't help but return to the local market, pursuing the wares. One stand in particular catches my attention. The merchant grins at me and proclaims, I have the wares that my lord has to coin. These exotic goods present would surely make a nice profit back home. You know, I could even save them again. See, look at Trigon. Come on, hurry up! And the light horsemen haven't even been fully reinforced yet. Okay, here's what we're gonna do here. Split up. Because I don't know about the supply limit of these lands, but they don't appear to be good for either of us, so we're splitting into 4. But first, stick together. They're likely going for Tiberius. Don't worry about the mercenaries. In fact, I could extend that. We have the money for it. Until we get moving on the road again. I get moving on the road again. We'll win the battle. The markets of Attica are bustling with merchants shouting in languages I never heard. And some of spices that I never tasted. Guide of the pilgrim. Learn the safest routes. Discover the marvels of Attica. One of them yells, waving a small book in my direction. Let me take a look. Ah, and if you take this turn. A hammer. Better be a damn good hammer. Attica, it's been an honor. And now we begin the reason why we're all here for. A trip to Italy. As I'll be leaving through the Gulf of Lepanto, and then this is fine. Make good progress towards that. I find it very invigorating. It would seem as if my guest Shammai is experiencing the opposite. This morning I found him laying heavily on the railing with a rasping cough. Is this an epidemic? Oh, he got pneumonia. He's one of my guests that decided to come with me during this time. We'll defeat them all here. Unless we can capture him in battle, then that'll be great. But we didn't. Capital's just right around the corner. Don't let him leave. Capture the capital and see if we can get him out. He's landing in Syracuse. You got some inspiration. Excellent. It's not the first time I catch my saw at a demo fiddling around with some flowers, been picking along the road. Sometimes I swear I'm even sighing, overlooking at Count de Zeron's holding. My liege, says when you know it's been observing. It's not a secret that my heart has found a new home far from home. Alas, my liege, my soul aches for Antiquity. My desires know no end. Her eyes, her hair, I'd long for just a salute. But I have a word. Please, I beg of you, let me stay with her. Oh, she's pretty good actually. We got room for a court. And also be Harranian. 1 second. "49 days for the taking of Al-Quds, also known as Jerusalem, to some, to many, to some, depending on who you ask. I have seen the world and beheld its many wonders in my travels. Whenever I beheld such beauties as the ones I've seen in Aragon. Truly, Ilan men are cut above all the rest. One in particularly fascinating specimen is taken my eyes as a peasant man by the name of Kalinikos. A pretty little beauty. He is far too pleasing my eye to spend his days serving away here. Alas, I cannot give my love so freely, because I'm an asexual, you see. You're homosexual too. Nice looking man you are. Bank! We're going to be late. Take some time for the Silk Road trade. Gotta wash your hands. Don't want to contract any illnesses during a time like this. It would be wise. It'll take some time for me to get a brief trip in Sardinia before we go to mainland Italy. Took his wife. I stabbed her by tent. The siege camp sprawls over for me. A sordid place, pathetic and undignified. Flags hang limply in the rain fog there, whipped now and then by the wind. Braziers, smoke, and guttering flames light the scene with a flickering orange glow. The soldiers sit around holding tankards of meat, relaxed with small talk and camaraderie. Smoke from the fires drifts and fills the air, and the smell of food cooking on spits by the bonfire grows stronger. A low return approaches and informs me that the siege is ended. I gather my bodyguards head to the edge again. The Dia of Al-Quds stands before me, the bodies of vultures and crows scattered in front. In the fields between, empty mud brick buildings lie in pieces. Charred beams toppled about them. Bodies lay everywhere, glassy eyes wide with shock. Grieving widows hunted their doorsteps amid the mounds of blackened bodies. Please spare that. Don't you know the importance of this place? Huh. Is there anybody important that we ought to capture? Abraham II. Aha! Remember his name. Ishmael. You know what? Do that and forget the rest. Okay? Not you. Not you. Uh-uh. No. No. You're gonna be in prison. 93. This is a mirror. A prisoner as well. Imprisoning the spouse also adds to the war score. Unless that was one of his many wives. You gotta pick and choose these days. That's the one you're looking for. There you go. See, you can't just imprison everybody at once. That gives me quite stress. Also, there's a tournament over there I could have been there, but instead I'm sailing to Sardinia. Which is actually an independent realm, matter of fact. Maghrebi. Different kind of Muslim. It's complete. 77. You are 3 short. So that means you getting these 2 isn't going to be enough. Unless I look at you. You're going to have to join us one of these days. We have to fight a small war for you to get it. But in the meantime... give it to a noble of my culture. All yours. Ah. Well, that's an issue. I could declare more wards. I thought you can't do that under a regency. Unless you have to get approval. Okay, put it here. That's going to be for men-at-arms only, unless he's got allies. Actually, a bunch of them, in fact, including neighboring ones. Crud! Well, focus on the trip now. And plus, let the opinion of offensive wars go down a bit, because we've been warring quite a bit. The House of Islam is under grave threat from the onslaught of heathens and infidels in its very heartlands. In response, His Magnificence Caliph Murad has declared an era of renewed jihad is upon the world. The core regions of Dar al-Islam must be retaken at all costs. All righteous Muslim faiths should be prepared to join the ranks from Mujahideen for the upcoming struggles. This could be the beginning of unprecedented Muslim aggression. Mars, protect us. You know he couldn't do that, right? And I got a plane of Muslim vessels, which means they'll rebel against me. Be careful with that. Now that you've expended there. There's a mining settlement there. That's what it was. We're not going to go to the open sea. Stick to the coast. Just relax and don't think about no jihad. Okay? Don't even think about it. You... Hey, you've raised them. You're supposed to extend, not raise. That's not how you give them a raise like that. We're here. Slope. Shovel supplies around. I'll ride rough for now. Let's not delay too further because You know, something may go down at any given time soon. But for now, let's just enjoy this great Italian road trip. Here we are, Roma. Shrines and pilgrims. At the distance, the city of Roma is a forest of towers and a maze of stone buildings. As we approach the scenery shifts, ruins of monuments, walls, and ancient churches coexist with farms and grazing animals. Pilgrims seem to be everywhere, bartering, conversing, and queuing the shrines and tombs of the city's saints. Mansions of forgotten aristocrats now serve as hostels for the faithful. My high shaman ally glances me thoughtfully. We could spend some time here and study some customs. A great opportunity for some learned conversation. I gained the embassy's perk. Each alliance grants +1 to the maximum of 5. So we're studying a bit here in Rome before we get moving on. This is a grand cathedral. The afternoon is quickly advancing to nightfall as we enter the local farm estates of Roma. The estate owner Bill greets us warmly and promises to host a lavish feast for us. Once the feast starts, we dine on the veritable menagerie of roast animals, stews, soups, bread, and the like. In the morning, Bill approaches me as I enjoy my breakfast. My lord, hosting such an extravagant shindig is just it can be expensive. Why on earth would you want him to give a green oak on it? Plus they calls him the Green Thumb. Why is that? Is he a gardener? They know him as such. Well, let me compensate you. Seems our caravans became a little lost these forenoons. Paul's been trailing around Spoleto for hours, although he at least swallowed his pride and asked for directions. There does not appear to be the expert vernacular speaker. Fortunately, I'm fluent in that. I had to study it in advance. See? Gets us to travel faster. Our journey is violently interrupted by the sound of tearing flesh and gnashing jaws, and the desperate cries of a man about to meet his end. The noise is so horrific it must have come from the depths of the underworld. Tempted to track the source, we find a desperate Eswara struggling with a wild wolf. His blade is wedged between the beast's jaws, but his grips beginning to falter. This man deserves my help. It's been snowing for days now. The road ahead appears to be completely impassable. As I look ahead, I see a small group of people approaching us fast across snowdrifts. Soon a man stands for me and speaks with a wide grin. You seem to be in quite a predicament, but fear not. For a fair price, we'll help you to return your travels. We did beat the wolf earlier. Helping others is his own reward. Come join me, Mr. Italian man. You should be Harranian too, because that is the religion of my land. It's fascinating, you know. You could learn a lot from them. Team of all manner of wildlife. Ashur and I agree that Modena would be a splendid place to go on a hunt. While we don't have time to stay for proper outing. Traverse the area, spot a pristine wild rabbit at the edge of the forest. It has peculiar markings on its fur, motion Ashur to survey it. As he spots the rabbit, he grins. What do you say, friendly wager, father? Whoever strikes that pristine fellow with an arrow wins. Sounds like a deal to me. Rabbit in sight, we both slowly but firmly move closer to the rabbit, taking aim for its tiny bodies and gnash away at a piece of straw. I pull my string and release, as the arrow goes straight into the animal's body. The sudden impact launches it a few paces, then a tiny body slumps down on the ground. Motionless, I roar in triumph Ashur joins me in my chin. Nice shot, he cries as I dart forward to pick up the trophy. This was fun. It'll be 1 year before we return home. It's what the next destination says. I was managed to get through a dangerous pebble event. We decided to rest for me. As I walk around the cabin, suddenly a strange feeling of someone missing bothers me. I ask around and everyone agrees on one thing. They don't remember seeing Adai all day. That is worrisome. He's still just a chump. What if he got lost somewhere in the plains along the way? He is probably lonely, and more importantly, starving. I'll find myself found him and brought him back. As we'll take a delay, wait for the winter to go away. A warhammer of masterful craftsmanship. The wrought iron head is edged to display a relief of rose flowers, and then mounted on an elegant oak shaft that's been inlaid with a mother of pearl. That would be a good display weapon, wouldn't it? Let me do that. Matter of fact, if we reforge this thing, cannot be forged. Damn. It's just as good as the bow. Winter is subsiding, and then we'll begin our travel again. Emilia is enlightened. As I traverse the hilly terrain of Emilia, my party comes across a group of students, both men and women, from the University of Bologna. I don't think it was founded in this time period, but you get the idea. Seeing women among them is a rare sight in these times, as they're usually barred from such institutions. These women, however, are part of a progressive initiative by the university. They are in deep, lively debate about the works of Aristotle, their voices echoing the crisp air of the Emilian hills. My companion, Adai, is intrigued by the discussion, while Marino seems skeptical of the women's ability to comprehend such complex philosophical concepts. Engaging with these students could lead to enlightening discussions or potential cultural clashes. By the way, as part of the late edition for this series, I installed one more mod, and there's a reason why I decided to go on a trip to Italy in the first place. I installed this mod called Regional Travel Discoveries, where it adds more travel-related events if you travel across certain regions. As of July 15th for this recording, they currently covered the events that is in the areas of the de jure empires of France, Italy, and Hispania, for a total of 373 custom events. The purpose of that is to have events that is referred to specific cultural, geographical, and historical features of the duchies of the player goes through, and to have the events be historically based, but keeps things flexible chronologically wise. A lot of events refer to the middle to late medieval ages. Features you can get them from the start date, and have the gameplay impacts be rather muted, so you don't disbalance things too much. It's essentially a flavor mod, not a gameplay mod, so expect small amounts of prestige or lifestyle experience, but not overpowered items. Some events gives unique items, gray and green quality only. So you can pivot your courts and yourself a skill model of the, like for example, the Mont Saint-Michel, or a crown ticket from a large mammoth, or a Roman statuette found in the catacombs. So the mod creator has used a custom software that he built that uses AI GPT-4 to generate possible event topics and generate drafts of the final events, which are then selected and edited by hand. I was reading the description of this mod that I'm telling you people. That's why I installed this mod as a late edition. So anyways. Let's join in the discussion. We might learn something new. I'm a learning man. That's a part of our heritage, so 100% that will engage a lively discussion, impressing the students of my knowledge and understanding of Aristotle's works. Gain a tiny prestige and a tiny bit of learning. Because they have flavor events in Italy. That's why I traveled to Italy in the first place. Wants to go to Bengal, India. Ooh. So we went through Genoa, and now going this way. Dangerous interest. Every morning since we reached Parma, my high shaman Adhide leaves his litter and silently glides away from my sight. This time I follow his path and find him a lively chat with local Savigan Bishop, Guillermo. Is that Lombardi? Yeah, Lombardi. The ceremony begins. The light of candles illuminates while shadows play against the walls like autumn leaves. Adhide calls. What are you doing? My liege just cut to me, maybe only been one truth. There's room for a calm debate here. Meanwhile, we are here in the Lazze of Canton. As I traverse the hilly landscapes of Lombardia, I come across a small group of women, their fingers deftly maneuvering threads into intricate patterns. They are making cantilace, a craft unique to this region of Italy. The lace is beautiful, with complex designs that speak of the skill and patience required to create them. One of the women, Devota, notices my interest and offers to teach me the basics of this delicate craft. She explains that the art of lace making is a cherished tradition in Lombardia, passed down through generations. Learning this craft could provide a unique glimpse into the local culture, not to mention a beautiful piece of lace to take home. I'll be delighted to learn this craft. 100% chance that with her guidance I manage to create a beautiful piece of canted lace. I feel a sense of accomplishment and I admire my handiwork. Gain a tiny bit of learning and prestige, and I'll become the owner of this here lace. Inventory artifact. Don't worry, I know a cure. Except made it worse, and he's about to die, damn it. You're going to Bengal, India, so bring me something from an exotic animal. A skull or a hide. Preferably a tiger. Overslept. The womb of the earth. The fields of Este are a sight to behold. Every crop in bloom, every leaf green, every stem. I quickly tracked down the source of the Verdancy, spotting a woman standing in the field, seemingly holding a lecture of some sort of gathering of listeners. My name is Mistress Edil. She knows me in the distance turns my direction. My knowledge of gardening is vast. Yes, incomparably vast. So stay a while and listen. Is your tradition of experienced whalers? I didn't know the Lombards are into whaling. You gardener yourself? Yeah. Well, color me intrigued. I'm a gardener now. Slope. As a gardener, that increases stewardship skill more. And less stress gain. Excellent. Soon we'll be visiting Venezia. And you've been traveling with me this whole time. Good on you. Okay, we're on the move again and we're ready to head to Venice. Venezia. The sea is calm and forgiving today. Still, as a boulder and a powerful wind on our back to boot. It seems to be an easy day for the rowers below. Then I spot a mangled corpse of a ship buried nose first into some jagged rocks just ahead. There doesn't appear to be any survivors, and of rocks would be no trivial thing to navigate. Yet as I feel compelled to go investigate this mysterious wreck in the Gulf of Venice. Let's investigate. Find nothing. course there ain't nothing. Need a quick turnaround. Good jump. And then we'll be back on the mainland. And then we'll be traveling to the land of the Croats and other mixed peoples there. The Limerick Jester of Friuli. While traversing the rolling hills of Friuli, my party's attention is drawn to a lively melody. The source of music is Vlatko, the jovial Friulian troubadour, known for his quick wit and humorous limericks. With a twinkle in his eye, he challenges you to the limerick duel. The rules are simple. He starts with a limerick, and I must finish it. My companions await the duel with bated breath and eager for a light-hearted distraction of the journey's hardships. Who are you again? Ah, Currentanian, you're Slovenian. Interesting. Also, it's an event unique to this part of Italy, I believe. In Trieste. Is that even part of Italia? No. It's part of Empire of Frankie. Well, prepare your ears for my wit. 100% chance that my limerick is it, and a crowd roars with laughter, and Vlatko congratulates me. So, this is Caractanian territory. It will be entering into the land of the Croats. Yes, mainly Croatian. And they will be off to sea again. Just a tiny bit of Dalmatian will pass through as well. I have received a missive from my adventure with words, so I can see him in the theater in my mind. My lord, on my travels, I stayed at the farm attended to by Vina Mukherjee, Japanese. I have forged a fine artifact while at the farm, namely a child. While this may be an imposition, I cannot take Vina on my travels in her state. She has little wealth, and it is my hope we could look after her at court. The child does not deserve poverty. So, yes, she could join. Keep your eye on her, though. Legendary holy woman. Recently there have been rumors among commoners and Kalanikos that a wise and benevolent holy woman by the name of Samya Saluka would go around secretly blessing every town and farm and river and so on, chanting prayers and performing white magic to improve the lives of people. Such stories are nice and inspire the people, but no one's actually seen this Samya figure. People just claim she actually exists. The priests are also unsure what to make of these stories as well. Perhaps it's just a tall tale. There. Now let's get out of here, and we're gonna be at sea for the majority of our return home. Sharp gusts and lingering squalls have kept the ship tipping and rolling for hours. As I stand on the deck clutching on a mast, I see the chest carrying my magnificent art of hunting with birds. It's come loose. I'm too far to save it, but Paul's within reach, or he will be at risk of falling overboard. Oh, crud. This is prowess challenge. It's not worth the risk. You somehow lost the book, even though it's supposed to be there and only there. Well, put it back there now. For the money. This is going to be a dangerous back home. I never thought I would be afraid to be at sea for a very long time. I see it, but I'm not going to do anything about it. How far do we have to go? 5 months! It's rather nerve-wracking. Because we're not going to be touching anybody's land until we get back to Antioch. But at least based on what I observed, I did not see any of the troops in Italy that were marching from one path to another, so I guess it's peaceful there. My lord and master very virtuous, if it says enemies go. My search has led me to the plains of Manaras. They are notoriously leopard infested. I have a good reason to think that my goal is near. Expect my return soon. Signed Shaman scroll reads. You surely ambitious to choose such a risky path. Where are you exactly? Banaras. Oh, Varanasi. I know that place. No. He's well learned. So, Shammai's knowledge should be enough to keep him safe. 99% chance that he'll successfully avoid any leopards. What's going on? Conquest. Our realm's gonna expand again. But not by my hands. Almost home. Almost there. Whew! My journey's been a long one. It doesn't say how long we traveled, but it said nearly 2 years. That was the longest road trip that anybody's had experienced. How's it feel to be a man, huh? You're a proper wanderer now. You should go with me often. Now, there's one thing left to do. You! Get out! I have a claim here. Plus, that's part of the Harranian homeland. Oh yes, and these exotic wares. Sell them too. Okay. That was tyranny, right? I have a claim to it. It's mine by right. Now, how long is it for Baghdad? 20 years? I'd like to turn this to property Harranian. Okay, now. I'm willing to give this away to you. Because I don't want to create another vassal. Gotcha. So, the realm size is 77. So, get this part, and then, well, particularly this one. Not his rightful liege, well, of course not, it's part of Persia. Hey, wait a minute. We do have him as a vassal, yeah? Yeah. And of course, you don't want to. You have your reasons. Let me present you some gifts. See if two can change your mind. Now what do you say? Still no. Okay then. You're gonna be the next target. And then get this. And then, finally, we will form an empire. Mince's pelt. Where'd you get that? I don't remember getting that at all. We could reinforce relations. Get made of steppe warriors. Now we have horse archers in addition to light cavalry, which we already have. But now they'll further bolster the numbers. How old am I? 42. Yep, you're proper wanderers. At least you've all experienced travel. Right. So now, guess I will cut this episode short here. A little bit shorter, but... So in the next episode, we will now focus on creating this empire. We will found a new empire, 3 more counties, and then that's it. Although, you can also create that, but faith is not part of Christianity. Oh, that's fine. Just needed these 3. That's all. You just needed these 3. You don't need to be a Christian, just don't all of Jerusalem. So we'll get this tiny thing because that's a bit of an eyesore as far as borders is concerned. And then we'll grab these 2 here. That would also give us a connection to the Red Sea. And then we are golden. And we just hope that I don't have an urge to go travel around the world again. Like say down to Sri Lanka or even, well, I don't know about Burma. Or even all the way to Patliputra. So, based on what we learned, I can only go as far as Italy. And can only go as far as Western India, but don't make me tempted to travel to go up to the Taran Basin as well. Don't make me tempted to go up there. Because I'm just a king who loves to travel. Traveling to see the world, unlike all of my ancestors before me. Because they have ideas of what the world looks like, but I have first-hand experience. That I could see it all and done it all. Actually, you should give him a gift and he'll leave you alone. If you want to learn a language, I suggest you learn the language of the West Iranians so you can get through this. But once you get to the lands where Sogdian is spoken and the Crusader, you may have a little hard time. So if I were you, I would learn the language of the West Iranians before you will officially go out to travel to them. Now that I'm tempted this idea. But I, of course, need an excuse to get out there and to go up there. Can't just do it at random. That'll be well out of your way. Unless somebody from down there offers a feast. And more. So, we hope you people have enjoyed this episode. So in this next episode we will forge an empire. There could be no more delays. And then, after forming an empire, who knows? Maybe travel along the Silk Road to the Taran Basin if I could figure out a way. Or down to India. Or to God knows where, because I just love traveling. Feels like I'm too well liked to the vassals to give any damn about me. But you can wait a couple of months before you start the next one regarding offensive war opinion. We can win a few quick ones and such. And so, for the next episode, as we said, forge an empire and figure out what to do from there. So until the next one, so long for now.